Peace and blessings in this corner boxing 24. Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing pretty good on this side. As always, God is good and God is great. I really can't complain. And we here. You know what I'm saying? New York City. Got some, hot weather out here. It ain't no South Carolina, Alabama, Georgia hot. But, you know what I'm saying? It's hot. It's New York hot. So that's what it is, right? So what I wanted to get into today, man, is talk about Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, but in particularly an interview that I saw recently with Terrence Crawford. And of course, hopefully, man, we're looking at the fight between Terrence Crawford, 38-0, 29 knockouts, the WBO welterweight champion, and Errol Spence, who's the unified champion. He has the other three belts, WBA, WBC, and IBF belt. So we're looking at those fights. Hopefully we're looking at that fight for October. Errol Spence is 26-0 with 22 knockouts. So Terrence Crawford, man, in the interview is saying something that I've always said, and I never specifically said this, I've never specifically said what he said about Kell Brook being the best fight that he's ever fought, or the best fighter, or his biggest win. Basically what Terrence Crawford said was that his biggest win was Kell Brook, and I absolutely agree with that. And I'll tell you why. That's definitely his biggest win, okay? But here's the thing, though. We gotta really look in. We gotta really investigate. We gotta really think about that, if that's really true, or if it's really not. But I get exactly what Terrence Crawford is saying, right? Because if you look at the other fighters that Errol Spence fought, then it makes a lot of sense, right? So here's the thing. Kell Brook, this is where I go with it, right? Kell Brook fought Triple G in September of 2016, right? And he was damaged. Triple G damaged him, damaged his eyes, right? I don't remember which eye it was in particular, but one of his eyes he damaged real bad. The bone, the orbital bone to his eye, he was damaged. But yet 8 months later, he fought Errol Spence, right? And Errol Spence, they fought up until 11 rounds, right? And Errol Spence damaged the other eye. So now we could ask the question, was he really healed from the damage he took from Triple G to get in there with Errol Spence just 8 months later in May of 2017? Or was he good, right? Now, when you fast forward, he didn't fight Terrence Crawford until 2020, so we know he definitely was healed from those eye injuries, because that was 3 years later, right? We know he definitely was healed from that. If there was any healing to be done, he was definitely healed, okay? So I've always said, if you can't give Terrence Crawford credit for stopping him in the 4 rounds, and you're going to use the excuse that Errol Spence beat him first or Errol Spence damaged him. No, Triple G damaged him first. So now, if Crawford can't get no credit for the fight, then Errol Spence can't get it either. That's just what it is. And people could say what they want, but that's how it goes, man. All right? So either he was still a good fighter or he wasn't. Which one is it? Which one is it? Because after Errol Spence, he won 3 fights. And then he fought Terrence Crawford, and he got stopped in 4 rounds. So which one is it, man? We can't have it both ways, all right? So, yeah, that was his biggest win, because Kell Brook only had the 1 loss to Triple G, who was a middleweight. Wasn't even his weight, because he was a welterweight, right? So you're talking about 2 weights up. So absolutely, when you look at that, that has to be his biggest win, because who else did Errol Spence beat? Mikey Garcia was a lightweight, man. I give him no credit for that fight. And I actually thought Mikey Garcia could have won and could have did much better. But I can't give him credit for beating Mikey Garcia, right? Because he's a lightweight. Sean Porter took him to the brink. Sean Porter bust his face up. Sean Porter made him fight. Sean Porter jumped into him. Sean Porter was in his space, was right in front of him, didn't back up. Sean Porter gave him a hard fight, a fight that could have been a draw or could have went to Sean Porter. If it wasn't for that knockdown, which I believe with the knockdown, it still should have been a draw. I always said that, and I will keep saying that. Sean Porter should have had a draw at least. Definitely, Errol Spence didn't win that fight unanimously, right? And I don't want to hear nothing about no split decision, majority decision. No, he shouldn't have won that fight. It should have been a draw. It should have been a draw with the knockdown. And to me, without the knockdown, I would have gave it to Sean Porter, right? That's just me. So anyway, when you look at Danny Garcia, let's be real. Danny Garcia, I just saw an interview with him. He said, yeah, they landed the same amount of power punches against each other. He never really hurt Danny Garcia. He never discouraged him, never backed him up. He never really did anything with Danny Garcia. And Danny Garcia, honestly, his best fights, his best weight was 140. That's where he really fought his best fighters, man. Batiste, Lamont Peterson, Kendall Hope. That was the best weight for him. Amir Khan. Those are the fighters that he fought at 140, man. That was his best weight. When he got to 147, yeah, he fought Sean Porter, and he fought Keith Thurman, and he got L's. So yeah, when he fought Errol Spence, he had 2 L's anyway. But I'm saying, to me, his best weight was 140. But he's been fighting for 15 years, okay? Danny Garcia. So we definitely know that wasn't his biggest win. Yeah, so his biggest win, yeah, Terrence Crawford is right. His biggest win was Kell Brook. Bottom line, right? Now you say, styles make fights, right? That is true. But when you look at the fact that they got 2 common opponents, and the way Crawford handled both of the opponents, it says a lot, because it would be different if he went the distance with Sean Porter and went 11 rounds with Kell Brook. Terrence Crawford got in 4 rounds, and he stopped Sean Porter in, I believe, the 9th round or 10th round. So you got to look at that, man. It makes a lot of sense. That's boxing. You have to look at that, okay? I got Crawford stopping Errol Spence late. I don't care what nobody says. People try to come up with this crap about, when you talk about Errol Spence stopping him, people break it down. When you talk about Crawford, they just say because he's athletic. No. I don't just say because he's athletic. That has nothing to do with it. Crawford is more than athletic. He has more than athleticism going for him. He can switch to southpaw. He can throw hooks. He can go to the body. He can jab. He can counter, and he can mix it up. Those are the things he can do. That's more than athleticism. Okay? He got speed, and he's strong. He can pop. So listen, he has a few things going for him. All right, in that fight. And he said he's going to stand right in front of Errol Spence. He said he's not going nowhere. And I believe he will, because he likes to engage, he likes to fight. And honestly, that's the way to fight Errol Spence. To all of y'all that think y'all know boxing, right? And all of y'all that just want to be a hater, man, the way to fight Errol Spence is be in his grill. Be right in his face. Fight his fight. See? He said that he fought Sean Porter's fight, and that's why it was close. If he fought his fight, it would have been different. Yeah, okay. I could fight your fight and still beat you if I know what I'm doing. If you stand right in front of Errol Spence and go to his body, who goes to his body? Sean Porter didn't even really go to his body like that. I bet you Crawford will. You stand right in front of him, man, go to his body. You stand right in front of him and throw overhand. You stand right in front of him and throw short hooks, short punches like Crawford does. That's what you do with Errol Spence. You throw short, little sweet punches, boom, you know what I mean? You throw uppercuts. You throw short punches. But you back him up, though. He can't fight going backwards. Y'all can't tell me no different, because I seen him fight. He freezes. He don't even throw punches when you back him up. He can't fight going backwards. So that's why you could stay in front of him. you know? And it's funny to me, man, because he's the same dude that wanted to fight Manny Pacquiao, but then when Ugas beat Manny Pacquiao, he said that wasn't, he was over the hill. But you wanted to fight Manny Pacquiao before Ugas. Ugas, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't looking for Manny Pacquiao. He had an opportunity, and he took it. But he wasn't looking for him, and the reason he fought him because you had an eye injury. Otherwise, Ugas would have never got that fight. But because of your eye injury, you couldn't fight Manny Pacquiao, right? That's what happened. That's the facts. So don't take nothing away from Ugas. You know Ugas wasn't your biggest fight because Ugas didn't do nothing, okay? He has an overrated training. Salas is an overrated trainer. He didn't have no real game plan like I thought he was. Stood right in front of Errol Spence and got hit. And when you did hurt him in the 6 rounds, Ugas, you didn't capitalize, man. You're supposed to take it away, but you didn't do that. I bet you Crawford won't let an opportunity go by like that. I bet you Jerome Boots Ennis won't let an opportunity go away like that if they get you hurt. But that's what's happening, man, and that's what it is. Errol Spence, yeah, your toughest fight was Kell Brook, man. Just keep it real. You're not no weight bully. You're a weight bully, but you're not the bully you was no more. Because now dudes have fought you and know how to fight you. And you're not stopping nobody like that. You stop Ugas. If I hit somebody in their face constantly, yeah, I'm gonna break something on them too. Something, their orbital bone or their eye socket or something. I'll do that too. If I constantly hit them in the face, and that's what you did to Ugas, because he stood right in front of you. He didn't move around. He didn't do anything. He's not the same Cuban fighter as Lara is. Lara moves around. He makes you miss. He make you come to him and he counter. Ugas don't do that. He counters, but he counters off of your miss, but he stands right in front of you to get hit. That's not the good way to counter. Countering, I want to counter after making you miss. You know what I'm saying? I can counter off of you throwing punches at me, and you throw your punches, and I block it, and I make you miss. That's the best counter. I don't want to counter you off of getting hit. I don't want to get hit with 1-2 punches and I counter 1. No, that's not the best counter. The best counter is when I make you miss and I make you pay. That's counter punching. All right? As soon as you throw your shot, boom, I throw mine. As soon as you act like you can throw your shot, boom, I'm throwing mine. I'm countering you. I'm countering. I'm not letting you set up. Or when you do set up, I'm countering. Boop, boop. You know what I mean? Ugas got hit too much, man. Right? So we know Crawford ain't doing that. We know Crawford got defense, better defense. He's stronger, he's smarter, and he can go to your body, Errol Spence. So we're looking forward to that fight, man. All right? Don't price yourself out. Don't act like you want this and that. You are a star, but so is Crawford. Okay? He came from 140 and dominated at 147. Okay? Started at 135. All right, so let's just keep it real, man. He was undisputed, so he know what that's about. All right, and you're unified. You're not undisputed. Devin Haney's undisputed. Canelo's undisputed. You're not there yet. And once you meet Terence Crawford, we don't believe that you'll get there. I know you won't. All right, so peace and blessings in this corner box in 24. Please leave your comments. Please subscribe to the page. I don't hate on anybody. I just know what I know and I see what I see. All right? Peace and blessings in this corner box in 24.